one. Whenever it starts recording, just give it a second. This is our unit 3. This is our unit 6 production 2 meeting for our unit 3 project. Wait, the other way around. It's our unit 3 project for. This is our second production meeting for our unit 3 project to do with our unit 6 project. Today's date is the 28th of February 2021. My name is Lewis McIntosh, and with me are my fellow media students, Amari Woodrow and Sabaya Rahman. Amari, would you like to go first and say what you've done from the last production meeting that we had?
Yeah, so over the weekend, I've said I was going to do a comedy, a 1-minute movie, which is a comedy, and the plan was for me to do a video of my older sister, and I've come to the decision to do a video of her in a house doing like different activities, but she's gonna make a lot of mistakes, and I'm gonna be the narrator explaining what she's doing, and obviously I'm gonna say funny content or like funny. I'm gonna say funny stuff while she's doing it and stuff like that. And over the weekend, I've like researched other comedy 1-minute videos to see how they see the type of camera angles they take and the pace of the pace of the movies as well. And and the plan is for me to obviously go to her house with obviously my camera equipment and the zoom and everything, go to her house and video the footage there. And what else have I done? And that's pretty much it, to be honest, so far. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just say that's a very good idea for you to do, Amari. That's definitely like a very good concept, because it definitely sounds like you really like doing this idea for doing a comedy thing for your project. So that's a very good idea. You stuck to that, and you further elaborate on it, like how exactly you're going to do it. The other question I want to ask is that, even though your sister, you just said your sister lives in a different house, will you be like wearing a mask or something while you're filming there or something?
Or are you even allowed to go there? Because because of the rules, like you can't go to see someone. You're gonna have to film outside.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's a family member, but I will be protected if. I'm not sure. Or maybe she could come over. Actually, yeah, you're right, man. I have to think about that one, actually.
Yeah. Well, I would. Oh yeah, that is. Or what you could do is she could be recording. Someone could record her in her house, and she could send it over to you, and you could do a voiceover, perhaps. That's your other alternative that you could have as well.
Well, she won't have the equipment to do it, but. So I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking now as well. Or what you could do is a Zoom call.
I think that might be a bit difficult for him.
Oh, I could use I could do something with my little sister then. That's possible.
Yeah.
Because she can do activities.
But your mum, is your mum willing to do it?
Mum's at work, so.
When she's not at work, does she work out every day?
Well, I got to do it obviously when there's light and stuff like that. I can't do it at night because she finishes like around 4 o'clock. So by then it's probably going to be like dimmed. So yeah.
That's what I was thinking, because of the restrictions and stuff. Your other option is to go and film outside her house.
That's true. That is possible. I can do that as well. Yeah. So yeah.
And because you said that, what's your idea of what is your sister going to be doing? That's so funny, by the way.
She's going to be doing activities. She's going to be making mistakes. Like, for example, imagine she's doing exercise and obviously trying to do a press up, and then she accidentally slips her arm and then she hits her head or something. Like, something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't made the plot yet of how it's going to be planned out, but yeah.
Because if you're planning on doing something like she's cooking or something, you can't do that because it's inside the house.
True.
Lewis, do you want to add anything else?
No, nothing much. You managed to explain some of the stuff that I wanted to say, but yeah, I definitely agree with some of the stuff you say. But like we suggested, just try to figure out a way, like with the procedures and stuff like that, but also try to figure out a way that feels comfortable for you as well. So that way it doesn't put too much pressure on you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
can consider that. Speak to your sister and find out another alternative. Ask her as well. Ask your mum as well if she could do it.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
All right. And Sabaya, what have you done over the weekend since our last production meeting?
Do you want to go first, Lewis? Then I come to me last.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so what I've done over the weekend since my last production meeting is that I've managed to do a lot more research further knowing more about the project I want to do, basically doing a 1-minute film. So thankfully I managed to know like how exactly to create a story for it, and basically how exactly not only can I write it, but also film it and even edit it. So I've also done some research about the subject matter that I want to, and basically what my final decision is to make. I decided to go for the horror.
Hello?
Oh, I think you cut out.
No.
Yeah, I can't. He's not moving. Is he not moving your screen?
Particularly something.
Yeah, it's Lewis. You cut out for a bit. Couldn't really hear what you were saying.
Sorry, when did I cut out?
Just say your initial ideas. That's the
Yeah,
big
it's ideas. Yeah.
Okay, so what I mainly decided to go with is basically just to go for the hooded figure horror movie route, because
Right.
unfortunately my parents said that it would be much easier for me to do, because they definitely like both of the ideas that I really wanted to do, but unfortunately the lockdown documentary might need a little bit longer duration for me to talk about all the key stuffs about it. So they definitely thought it'd be best for me to do the horror movie, since all I gotta do is just film like in a few areas around the house and just do some shots, which will be easier for me. And thankfully my dad did suggest that he would be alright about being the hooded figure, and I even got an idea for one of the hoodies that I can let him wear. So I've even got some short ideas of what I want to include in my project, which I thankfully already put on my website. And I've also figured out basically the production techniques that I will use, basically all the equipment that I'm going to be using. And yeah, so I did manage to really think about like how exactly I'm going to make this 1-minute video, and yeah, and basically further analyze the genre and what I want to do for my 1-minute film.
So Lewis, I like your idea about the hooded figure. Like, I mean, it sounds interesting because I've never heard something like that. Is your hooded figure, is it gonna have like a main storyline or anything?
Well, it'd be a bit difficult to have like a story. Well, basically, the concept is the hooded figure is basically stalking a young man who I will be playing, since unfortunately it's much easier for me to also act out in, because I do enjoy acting quite a bit. So I think it's much easier for me to do that rather than get somebody else in my family to do it. I mean, they said they'll be fine with it, but I think it's in case they're busy, like on the days I want to use them, it might be best if I, like if I do it myself, so
Yeah.
that I don't have to worry about somebody else to be being part of it. So that way I can only rely on my dad, because it hopefully take me a day or two to film all the shots I need and make sure it's within a minute. So yeah, and yeah.
Oh yeah. How are you gonna film yourself though? Like, is someone else gonna film you or?
What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna make sure that obviously I have a camera set at home for like when like all three of us have like actual we brought equipment home from college, obviously. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna ask even my mum if she can either help with the camera operating or maybe have the camera hold in position and then flip the camera so that way I can just see like whether or not it's like in the right shot position. So that way if it's out of focus or whatever, I can just make sure to move it. And if it doesn't look good, I'll just make sure to adjust the footage a bit so that way it can look more darker or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. You could just obviously have the camera flipped so you can see yourself as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
It seems like you kind of planned it out, but obviously you gotta plot the story, obviously.
And it's good you have another alternative just in case your first idea doesn't work out. So obviously there's a backup plan you have as well, Lewis. So that's good.
Yeah.
One other thing, where's your main location going to be in your house?
Well, technically, there's going to be like literally two locations. Like one of them is going to be in the sitting room where I'm going to be looking like typing up on my laptop, just working, just to show that the audience like what kind of person the young person is, so that way like it's finds them relatable before this tragic events happen. And the second location is going to be in the bathroom because that's when the hooded figure is going to pop up and the lights start to flicker, because I want to give like a electrical element in it because it gives that movie more, it gives like a more horror unique vibe, because that way not many horror movies have like electrical like elements in it. I mean, some of them do